You might think that these two mice look very different from each other, but according to researchers at Duke University, they are genetically identical. How? Well, it isn't their genome that is different, but rather their epigenome. Epigenetics is the study of how biological mechanisms, behaviors, and environments can cause changes to the way your genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and do not affect your DNA sequence. But they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. Let's take my little sister as an example. Like all multicellular organisms, she started out as one cell, and that cell kept dividing until she became a person. Now she's made up of billions of cells that all carry out various functions. But if that single strand of DNA was perfectly replicated in all of her cells, how is it possible that they have such different functions? Well, this is where your epigenome comes in. The DNA, your genome, contains all the instructions for how to do all of the work in your body, but it is your epigenome that tells the cells which work to do specifically, or the what to do. One way it does this is through a process called methylation. DNA methylation happens when methyl groups attach to parts of a DNA sequence which prevents those parts of the DNA from being transcribed. This allows the cell to only read the parts of the DNA which contain the instructions for that specific cell to function. Now that we understand a little more about epigenetics, let's go back to those mice. Both mice have a gene called the agouti gene. In the yellow mouse, the gene stays on all the time, causing yellow fur and obesity, but in the skinny mouse, the gene is methylated, so it is turned off. To see how these changes would affect the next generation of mice, the researchers performed an experiment where they took pregnant mice and fed them a diet that was rich in methyl groups. What they found was that even in mothers that fully expressed the agouti gene, with this diet, the mothers were able to give birth to healthy babies. And when these babies have offspring, it didn't matter what the mothers ate, the babies would still be healthy. Only after an environmental toxin was added back into the environment did the baby's mice start becoming yellow and obese again. Even though epigenetics is a relatively newer field of science, it is an important one. There are so many diseases and types of cancers that are caused by epigenetic markers just not being in the right place. Hypothetically, if we had a way to put them in the right place, then epigenetics could one day be responsible for curing cancer and many other medical conditions.